What is up, guys? So I just finished a really good back session. Well, I mean, the workout was okay, but I finished a really good HIIT session. Had an awesome cardio session. I just did some sprints on the treadmill. The reason I like to do sprints on the treadmill versus outside is on the treadmill it's a lot more consistent. I don't change, either I'll only up the speed or I'll leave it where it is. I never lower the speed, and that way it just holds me more accountable. Make sure I'm always doing the same speed, giving max effort every single turn, where sometimes if I'm just running outside, I'm like, oh, I feel like I could have ran faster, or oh, maybe I ran slower that one, or whatever it may be. The treadmill just kind of keeps it the same and make sure I'm always giving 100%. And I just like it a lot better because it pushes me a lot harder on those last few sprints where I feel like I can't give it my all. The treadmill is not going to slow down just because I feel like it needs to. And so that way I am actually giving 100% on every single turn. But while I was running, I had those moments of like, oh my God, I'm in so much pain. I'm going to stop right now. Like, I'm just going to stop. And I only do 15 minutes. But if you're doing true HIIT, 15 minutes is so painful. And so I'll get to like 11 or 12, and that's normally my breaking point. And at first I would stop at 12, and now I'm like, why 12? I only have a few more to get it done. And today was one of those days where it's like I really wanted to stop, and I was like, I don't want to do this anymore. I'm exhausted. My legs hurt. I just had a 10-hour shift in an 85-degree gym, working with a bunch of kids, spotting them all day. I had so many reasons why I shouldn't keep going, but then those reasons of why kicked in. And so that's kind of where I want this Mindset Monday to go, is it's okay to not feel motivated all the time. Like, guys, I'm not motivated every day. Like, there's days I get up and all I want to do is lay in bed. And that's not because I'm depressed, but that's because I'm not motivated to do anything. Like, I literally just want to be lazy. And those are the days that it really matters the most, that you get up and do what you need to do. And so some things that I like to do when I'm feeling really unmotivated is I'll just remind myself why. Like, I'll sit down and I'll write out my reasons why I'm doing something. And so, for example, today while I'm doing my sprints and I'm sitting there and all I want to do is quit, and I'm thinking of all these reasons why I should quit, I'm like, well, why should I listen to those reasons? And so I kind of started thinking, okay, well, I'm on prep. Well, okay, I'm on prep. Other people are on prep and they're cheating. Okay, well, just because someone else is doing that doesn't mean I need to. And whenever I step on stage, I want to be able to say I gave this prep 150% the whole way through. Even if I am only 16, 17 weeks out, that doesn't matter to me. I want to step on that stage and be like, yes, I gave every cardio session, every lifting session, every single day was my all. And then I just want to kind of prove to people that it is possible to give 100% every day. And like I've said in other videos, it might not be a consistent 100% every day, but as long as it's 100% and as long as it's your 100% for that day, that's what you should show up with. And so that was just kind of one of my other reasons, was I'm not giving 100% if I don't finish those sprints. And so it can go with anything. It can be like, oh, I don't feel like cleaning the house today, or whatever. Like, why are your reasons that you should do this? Why are your reasons to get up and go to the gym? What are your reasons to get up and go to school? What are your reasons to get up and take care of your family, or whatever it may be? Find those reasons why, and those days that you just feel like you really don't want to, or you really shouldn't, or whatever you feel, remind yourself that. Why am I doing this? What is your why for everything in life? And if you don't have a why, and if your reason is, oh, just cause, or oh, someone else is doing it, then it's time to step back and reevaluate what you're doing, because you should have a reason and a purpose for everything. And you should always be striving to reach your goals. And so everything you do should have a why behind it, and everything you do should be going towards a bigger goal. So even if this is just one cardio session out of God knows how many I'm gonna have to do, I'm going to give this single one 100%, because this one could help me have less cardio in the future. Coach, if you're listening, just yeah. And, or, it might end up making me have more cardio. And it's not even necessarily about cutting out the cardio. It's just, it can help me so much in the future. It could be maybe someone else that I'm competing against is out there. Maybe they cheated. Maybe they quit early, but I didn't. And I gave my 100%. And whenever someone asks me how I feel on prep, I might be exhausted, I might be super hungry, but you know what? I killed it. I came, I showed up, I gave it my all, And I know my why behind everything that I'm doing. And that's really comforting, especially on the days that, like this morning, I wasn't necessarily unmotivated, but I wasn't really motivated either. I was just kind of blah. I woke up, I didn't feel good. I was really sick for like the first 2 hours I woke up. No idea why. I got to work. I was sick for like another 30 minutes at work. Just didn't want to be there. And then I kind of remind myself like, okay, why do I have this job? One, I love my job. Two, the kids I work with are amazing, and they are the reason I show up to my job every single day. Because if I'm not there, they don't have anyone there for them, and they should be able to rely on me. And so that helps me to get up and get moving in the morning. Plus, I gotta get paid. You know, I have an expensive lifestyle. Bodybuilding is not cheap. And so, you know, every time I feel that way, and like I said, it could be towards anything, I always try to find the why behind it. And so kind of going off of that, I know I talked a little bit about in my first video of why I want to compete. And since this is going to be a national vlog, I want anybody who's thinking about competing, or anybody who, you know, is currently in a prep, ask yourself why you're doing this prep. Because if it's just to get shredded, you know, that's not an okay reason to do a prep. And I'll probably say this a lot throughout this vlog series, but it's something that's very important to me. You should not be doing a prep just to get shredded, because then that's when a lot of eating disorders come in. That's when a lot of really negative thought processes come in. Your prep probably won't go right. You're not going to enjoy it most of the time. Prep is really about the journey you go through before you even get on stage, because getting on stage is one day. And even that one day is not that glamorous. I promise you. Like, yeah, you look pretty, but you're freaking tired. You're drained. You're dehydrated. All you want is water. All you want is a big cake. Like, you just want to stuff your face. And so if you feel like you're about to go to a prep, or you want to go on a prep, or whatever, find your reason why for it first. And so I'm kind of going to my reason why. My first prep, the very first one I ever tried, the only reason I wanted to do it was to get shredded. And it didn't last. I maybe made it 3 weeks. I just didn't want to do it anymore because I didn't enjoy the process. But I always knew I wanted to do a show. But I was also, my first show, I was going to go into bikini. I don't know if any of you have ever seen me in person. I am not a bikini chick. I got some thick quads, you know. I got size on me. I am not bikini size. There's nothing wrong with bikini girls. Don't get me wrong. It's just not my body type. And so it's just what I had to eat to be able to get to that size, the kind of cardio I needed to do to get to that size. I had to do very light lifting. You know, I just didn't enjoy it. And so I started that prep in September. I stopped, and then I started prepping again in February. So I took a few months off and kind of reevaluated myself as to why I wanted to do a prep. And I kind of realized within that time that I wanted to do bikini because I had always been very uncomfortable with my size, which if you watched my first video, you know why. You know, I was picked on very heavily because of my muscle. I've always had a bigger muscle mass to me for a female, and I just wanted a lot of it to go away. I didn't want to look manly anymore as I thought I did. And so finally, you know, I kind of got over that thought process. I really just reevaluated my life and where I was at and my thought process. And that's when I realized, okay, well, I'm going to do figure. I found some figure athletes that I really looked up to. And then I kind of was like, okay, well, why do I want to do this prep? Because I'm not going to do another one to get shredded. And then that is when I really started to appreciate the muscle mass that I had. Because once I started prep, and I'm not trying to be cocky when I say this, it was just the amount of comments that I got of, oh my God, this is so natural for you. Oh my God, you have a great build for this. Oh my goodness, this and that. Like, it's natural for my body to do this. And I've always had this muscle tone. I didn't have to build and build and build on this. Luckily, gymnastics gave me a lot of this. And so that kind of helped me to appreciate the muscle mass that I already had. And then after my last show, I was actually not even satisfied with my size. And I have never felt that way in my life. And so my last prep actually completely changed me. Like, completely gave me a whole new outlook on myself, gave me a whole new outlook on life, and just kind of showed me that I was able to do stuff I never thought I could do. I never thought I could eat that strictly. I never thought that I could do something and alter my body that way and follow through with it. And the biggest goal for me was just to get on stage. Like, I'm just going to do this. I'm going to get on stage. That's the big goal. And so got on stage, and I just fell in love with the sport. It's so amazing to prove to myself that I am that strong of a person to where I can get through that. Because my last prep, there were days I was crying in the gym just because my body was so tired. I didn't want to do anything else. I didn't want to move. I didn't want to lift another weight. I just wanted to sleep. I didn't want to move. I didn't want to eat. I didn't want to do anything. And proving to myself that I could push past that point was just so eye-opening to how strong my mind is and how strong I am. And so it gets me really excited for this prep, just to show myself what I can do, show everyone else how much different I can come in on stage, how much work I can put in, how much work I did put in this mini off season. And so there's a lot of reasons why for me, but I guess the biggest one is just it allows me to appreciate the muscle that I have and not be ashamed of it. Because for some, I've even had women tell me that my big bulky legs are gross. One, women, you need to empower women. Don't say that to another woman just because you might not like it or you might be jealous of it, whatever the reason is. Like, just don't do that. Like, there's no reason for it. I don't come up to you and say I don't like this about you, because I don't like to find things I don't like about people. I'd rather search for the good. But I've had women come up and tell me, oh, I don't like your legs, and just stuff like that. And so it just kind of allowed me to go into it, appreciate the muscle I had. And then on top of that, like, my gymnasts, it's so awesome because it inspires them to have bigger muscle tone. And then they come and tell me stories of, oh, I beat all these boys at push-ups and da-da-da-da. And I remember being their age and being picked on for that and hating myself for it. And the fact that I can allow these girls to do that and they are so happy, like, my heart, it explodes every time I think about it, because I get to make an impact on somebody else's life just by being me. I cry a lot for you guys. Like, I don't cry a lot for a lot of people. For some reason, I cry when I talk to you guys. But, I mean, I just have a lot of reasons why. And so, end of mini rant. Like I said, if you're going into a prep, please have a strong reason why, besides I want to be shredded. Because you can be a level of shredded. You don't have to be stage lean, but you can get pretty lean and be able to decently maintain it. And so find your reason why. And then, like I said, guys, it's okay not to be motivated every single day. You're human. We're all human. Nobody's perfect. I've never met a human being that wakes up and is just motivated 150% every single day. It's very difficult to maintain that mentality. So don't beat yourself up if you feel that way. Just remind yourself your reasons why you're doing something. And like I said, if you don't have a reason why, then maybe it's time to reevaluate what you're doing, step back from that, cut it out of your life, whatever it is, and maybe add something else in that just kind of pushes you more towards your goals or helps you to pursue your passion. So yeah, guys, find your reason why, and thank you so much for watching this video. Follow, like, subscribe, share, do whatever. Maybe down below, actually this would be cool, down below, tell me a reason why you do something. Maybe it's why you have a certain job, why you go to school, why whatever. Just tell me why you do something, and hopefully that can kind of motivate you to push a little bit harder, to be a little bit better every single day. So I love you guys. Thank you so much if you watched the whole way through. If you did, give it a thumbs up, and I will see y'all hopefully on Thursday. If there's a certain kind of workout y'all want to see, let me know below. If there's ever a workout you want to see, let me know below. All right, I'm actually going to leave because I keep talking. So thank you guys again. I love you. Bye.